Okay, so I turned on a different light and my eyes hurt. Anyway, I'm really uncomfortable making videos because I know I will put myself out there and I know that's gonna bear risks, but at least keep it human towards me, I guess. So I should keep it human towards you, like when you put yourself out there or you do something. So long as it's not meant to hurt people, why would we judge each other, right? But that's the problem. I fear that there's not. Oh, also, just wait a second. I got Skyrim on right now. Oops. Yeah, in the middle of gaming and things just frustrate me, you know. So whatever. At some point, I just believe that there's never gonna be a time in the world where we are gonna be in peace. It just will not exist. I can understand, because this is a follow-up on the previous video about Steven Crowd. I can understand with some aspects that yes, some things that we have done to ourselves as a society or separately, we do it to ourselves, and we are good at manipulating it, and we're good at using it. Like, I'm pretty sure Hitler abused the system. I'm pretty sure a lot of dictators abused a system that wasn't meant to harm people and wasn't meant to turn on people. Yes, sure, male privilege is usually probably mainly among random guys who just hate people and who just want to abuse people and just do whatever they want. The thing is, it happens so often that it becomes a freaking problem that people are afraid and people are frustrated and people want to talk about it and need change. Because as long as it's that prevalent, people are going to be depressed, suicidal, and it's going to be an endless loop of problems, and we're going to have to talk about it for the rest of our lives. And will it ever change? No. And did it waste our time? Probably. Partially were able to vent, and partially we just wasted our time because there was no change, nothing happened. This is the thing, and I kind of said it in along as disclaimer on that video. I can almost understand why some people riot. In the end of the day, when people really feel like they're shoved in a corner, or for whatever reason, if it's multiple people at least, they're gonna fight back. The fight or flight is something that we as humans did keep instinctively, and it's gonna be there forever, I think. Fear, anger, whatever, revenge is gonna be with us. So when things like this happen on a great scale, people are gonna act on. We are just meant to make change. As much as I'm afraid of it myself, we need change. We need revolution. We need things to change for the good or for the better, for the good or for the better or the worse, whatever. I don't know how that sentence goes. Because if we don't, why are we alive? We are here and we create and we destroy. The thing with Crowder is, I think he maybe, I hope this is what he just wanted to reach, is like, how many people can see that most of our actions we do to ourselves, and then it's not the system doing this, but we are doing this, and we are the ones who created the system in the first place. We are the ones who really wanted this perfect system, perfect human rights system, and we don't use it properly, or we take it for granted, or it's just an illusion, and we don't actually have freedom. Whatever he's trying to get reach philosophically or whatever, but the thing is, he forgets that not everyone is on his level in thinking, and not everybody agrees with him, right? And he knows that, and he uses that as fuel for his videos, for his podcasts. Ha ha ha! The SJW community. Oh my God, the leftists. Stop it. Because I mean, without his channel, I don't know what he would do in his life. I don't know. He would probably have discussed. By the way, I have not seen all of his videos, all of his podcasts. I just seen snippets. So the things that I know of him are usually of his most loudest side. He's louder with Crowder stuff, and as far as I know, people also similar to him, they don't vibe with me anymore. When a few years ago I was like, yeah, they're so right, and what the hell, people are being stupid and ridiculous, and true trans people have to transition fully, and your racism is just a joke, and people who think they're oppressed are just fucked looking for attention. Like, the way I looked at it was toxic. That's what I'm going for. The way I looked at it was toxic. When I look back on it, the only reason I was thinking that was because I thought I had to change my life because of these people, that I had to expose myself because of these people. What I was actually doing, and I don't know, I'm not speaking for Crowder, but I was reacting out of fear. I was just afraid of having to change. I was racist a lot more now. I can be racist still, and I really should change that. It's not because I want to be, but I have grown up really racist, and sometimes when I'm angry I use that things. Yeah, it's like an angry gamer guy who is blaming females because he lost a match of Call of Duty. And it's not right to do that, but when I grew up it seemed right to do. So it was like, I just don't know how to explain it. But it was all out of anger and fear. Because I thought, because of these people, like, how do you say this in English? These foreign people, that I had to share my room. That was the worst scenario. And I hate sharing my room, so that was the fear I had. I thought because of these people that I would have no freedom for some reason. I thought I had to pay more because of these people. I thought I would have to, like, give away my culture, whatever that was. And that was what I was having. That's where it comes from, the racism that I had. And when it was with sexism before I transitioned, I was blaming men for everything, because I just was bitter, because I felt like I was being ridiculed. Maybe whether that was actually happening though or not doesn't matter. But the problem is, if I sat with Steve and I said this, what would he say? Because that's the problem with his videos. The people that sit with him, whatever they say is valid or not, he ridicules. He just doesn't actually sit with them, despite, like, oh, I'm just saying, talking right now. Can you be silent? Like, no, that's not all. That's just all of the communication. Full communication also means, let them. You like go, hey, can I ask you why you feel like this? Did something happen to you like this? Will it turn into a therapy session? Partially, but this is where you actually start understanding someone, when you know what they go through. Because this is where the issues lie, is how it all began. Why racism exists in the first place. Why colonization did this. Why there is transgender hate. Why there is hate on gay people. Where does it come from? And that's why we have to look into ourselves. But eventually, because it has become such a big problem, we have to look into this as a society. And what is a society? It has a system. We made some of that system, but it's in there now. Every one of us, with our subconscious frustrations and hatred, has made the system and put some of that hatred in it without us even realizing it. And this is kind of, I think, what Crowder probably wanted to hear. I don't know, but I don't know what else he wanted to hear from these people. He just didn't give them a chance to accept the fact that they just are angry and frustrated. And he's actually a lot on college campuses. Like, yeah, you're talking to very young people who have yet to bloom up, like people my age, and we're still a lot of us are still very afraid of judgment, and we still are manipulated very easily because we're young. And yes, that is a fact, that young people are malleable, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because we learn a lot, but we also, get manipulated very easily. And this, unironically, I wonder how his viewers are, like Crowder's viewers, like what age they are. Are they my age? Are they a bit of everyone's age? Are they old people, like conservative people of older times? I don't know. But this is also a thing that you have to take into account when you have influence. You will manipulate people either way. Because Steven is even manipulating people without him even realizing it, or impacting, and that is his system, because he subconsciously created a system in his YouTube channel that allow people to with each other discuss things, eventually put themselves in this thought process and believe that thought process to be real, because it seems so believable. Like, imagine, let's say Crowder says, I love cheese. Cheese is the best thing ever. And then the person, like, let's say, like, a million people say, yeah, cheese is amazing. And then there's like, they're talking about everything that's not cheese, that is actually not healthy and not fun, because everything cheese is amazing. And it becomes so serious that like 5 million people believe that cheese is the only option to live life. Does Crowder want that? I don't know, but he has no idea that he's creating this himself. Like the things he says in his videos, the impact it leaves. If he's so, even if it's a joke or philosophical, if he doesn't point that out properly, because yes, if people don't get clarity, you know, we start overthinking, we start going wild places, making conspiracy theories. He's gonna have to deal with the fact that some people actually think racism does not exist. And if these people are like 5 million of his viewers and they happen to go to a college campus, and I'm like, let's say I'm one of the people who does believe in racism, you better believe that I don't fit in and I get hated and spit at because, oh my god, I believe racism exists. Yeah, there you go. Luckily, these 5 million people are probably spread across. A lot of them are from America, but still. This is also a thing, like, he doesn't really support Trump, I guess, but he makes a joke out of it that he does. Listen, I don't see a joke in this, Stephen. I don't think it's funny. You make America great again jokes. I don't feel the joke here. And if that was your point as well, then great, you again offended people, and good for you. You had an achievement in your console now. You have a PlayStation achievement called I successfully offending people. I don't know. But I'm not. If I looked at you as a parent, your parent, I would probably be very disappointed. But of course, I don't know how your parents are. I don't know if they're still. I know. I just want to say that Steven does whatever he does now. He's not gonna stop. He's just gonna keep going. But I just hope that whatever he's going for is ultimately not to harm people. Okay, and that he knows what he's doing, and that he's gonna eventually, when he actually has a child, or maybe already has a child, but if his child turns out to be transgender, or turns out to be Black Lives Matter, pro Black Lives Matter, or pro Me Too movement, that he respects that, and that he can understand where these people come from. Because his debates say Me Too movement is stupid, essentially at least. His debates say that racism is overrated. He says that male privilege is not a real thing, that whatever is not a real thing. Like, good for him, but I hope that he can expand his knowledge, if he hasn't already. Because otherwise, I don't have him in my life. I have unsubscribed. I should have done that earlier. It took me too long. I did it now. I don't want to see his content anymore. It makes me sick and annoyed and frustrated. So yeah, every channel that is like him, even if I put comments in there, they all all deleted. So if he goes like, I don't delete your comment, why? That's just YouTube doing it. I tried not to put swear words in there, and I thought the word abuse was just a word, but apparently YouTube deletes every word now that I say, so coincidence, but only these channels delete my comment. Coincidence? Or what kind of YouTube policy do you have? Just saying. So don't pretend that you do not delete my comment because I'm going against your opinion. If you are allowed to go against my opinion, I'm allowed to go against yours. Seems fair. Because we're equals. Right? Or not? Or am I just a low-class idiot? That was frustration, but yeah, that's the follow-up video. I'm gonna stop here, I guess, for now, for a few days, weeks, until I upload something else. Will I risk myself getting humiliated on the internet? Probably. I already have humiliated myself on the internet. I can only hope that people will start to understand where I come from. Okay? And everything has a reason. Just try to work on yourself, try to better yourself, try to be open-minded, and that's the best thing you can do in life. You will make mistakes, just don't do it on purpose. This is all the advice I can give you. Yeah, bye.